Press start to begin.
Hello and welcome back to the Super Bonus Round. We're back on the mountain. Out the fireworks. Yeah, we just finished an episode where I was talking about the dangers of crunch and why people like the guy who wrote that Polygon article really shouldn't be promoting that shit. Because I know people who have messed themselves up physically, mentally, and unfortunately, fatally. So really, please don't give in to crunch. If you missed that conversation, go back to the previous episode. I feel that's like really important. Rich and I both gave our different perspectives on crunch. I think it's a capitalism problem, honestly. It's deeply rooted in business, and I hate it. But if you're really going to change it,
unless you're born into it, you're fucked from the beginning.
So it's a systematic problem, unfortunately.
Unfortunately. And, we don't like to bring in politics, but, it can't be ignored in this sense because it's no secret anymore. It really isn't. It's no secret.
With productivity going up and wages stagnating, it's self-evident that something's wrong.
Right. There is something wrong.
When you stagnate wages and you expect productivity to go up every single year...
maybe, here's the problem with that. Inflation is the big problem because as the price for everything continues to grow, for making products, for selling them, for stocking them, for distribution, you have to make the system equal what the inflation cost ends up being. And that's for everything. That's for living, that's for food, that's for clothing, that's for items, that's for everything possible.
There's not a damn place in America where you can work minimum wage and afford a 2-bedroom apartment.
Right. There isn't.
To give an example.
And most people, and because of this crunch thing, most people that are resorting to taking 2 jobs
or 3
are in much worse condition, and they're just barely making it through.
Yep.
So
something's got to change.
Something has to change.
And the way things are going right now, I'm not going to give names or get into details, but what we have now, it's not working.
It's not working, and
I feel like it's getting worse, honestly.
It is. It is getting worse. It is.
I truly believe in the whole things will get worse before they get better. I'm just waiting for the things get worse part to stop getting worse.
And unfortunately, that won't happen until there's a
change in the guard. Let's just say.
Well, a dramatic change in the guard. Dramatic.
And that is our few and far between political moment from us.
Right, and it's only because
now back to beating up this pink centaur.
Yeah. So
slide dash, yay! I'm getting all my cool abilities now. Nice fighting, Pink. You were amazing. Because Sora dropped his balls, so now he has to have a deep voice.
Yeah. My third biggest fear. He brings home a whore and says we're married. Oh, and the whore has bangs. I love that show, Archer. Oh my God.
Oh, man.
I love that show.
I cannot watch Archer.
Why?
We discussed this before. I have a new rule I'm setting for myself. No new shows until I finish everything I've already started. I wanted to mention this in the last episode when we were talking about what we're currently going through. I am currently trying to catch up with My Hero Academia because that anime is so fucking good.
Which one?
My Hero Academia.
Oh yeah.
It's an amazing show.
I know.
It is a shining example of how I think long-running shonen anime should be done from now on. They have finally adapted the American model of, hey, we don't have to run a show every single friggin' week, except on holidays. Let's just do a 26 to 13 quality episodes, take off for a year, then come back and do it again. What do you get when you do that? You get shows like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. You get shows like My Hero Academia. You get One Punch Man.
Yes.
You get quality shows. the old model of episodes every week, like Dragon Ball and One Piece and Naruto,
Deadman Wonderland,
and Naruto. Deadman Wonderland wasn't.
Yeah, it was weekly,
but it was a short series.
Yeah,
I'm talking about the 100+ episode shows. And I am calling out my favorite, One Piece. That show is going down significantly in quality, to the point where I stopped watching it. I know, shock and chagrin, I stopped watching One Piece because the anime is getting too bad. Anyway, Sean, you got stabbed.
We'll stop them.
You guys know me, I'm a huge One Piece fan. I stopped watching months ago. Something is very, very wrong. I'm still reading the manga, though.
My fault.
Sean, you and the Heartless did this, not us.
Not us.
Captain,
some of the delivery is weird.
If you track down the villagers, we'll handle this.
Alright, now I know that episode was like 30 minutes long, so now I can keep better track of our episode time here.
Let's go.
Hey, perfect. We would end on the Gams. Because we're going to try and get through at least Olympus Coliseum. We're going to try. I have a lot of energy, but how long is that going to last? Because, sadly, as we're bringing it back to the Crunch talk, Crunch has made me a permanent night owl, unfortunately. I've been out of college, graduated 2 years ago. I am still a night owl. I cannot get myself to sleep any earlier than 2 o'clock now.
See, for me, I can't get myself to sleep any earlier than midnight because I'm so used to trying to go to bed around 10 but not falling asleep until about 11:30, 12 o'clock, and then waking up at 5 o'clock in the morning to go get my coffee, my breakfast, go sit in the parking lot and wait for class. I would sit in the parking lot for an hour in my car.
Just to decompress and get ready?
That, and, to shoot the shit with my fellow classmates. They'd have their cigarettes, I'd have my vape, and we'd drink our coffees, and we'd just talk about how fucking stupid these idiot, punk-ass motherfuckers that shouldn't even be there. Bring back what we talked about in, politically. Okay?
Please don't.
No. It's not mainly political, but
Sora's alone.
But one of the other contributing factors to what we discussed is because most of society, not all of society, there's a big disclaimer there, most,
significant portion.
Significant, yes, are gullible.
Yep.
Dumb. I mean, look at our education system, number one. Number two, like people have...
I'm willing to call myself on this one. I'm actually not as well educated as I like to be.
Exactly.
I'm willing to I'm willing to put myself out there.
Right, I'll even put myself out there too.
I'm an idiot with math. I've mentioned this on because you whenever you make math puns, I feel dumb because I don't get it. I wasn't properly taught math.
Right.
I feel like a goddamn idiot.
Because around the time of
actually, I think that's a whole different discussion altogether.
Right.
What's wrong with that?
But that kind of contributes to today as well. So, because of that, and not only that, the one thing that I have learned over the past several years is to never really look at a situation or anything rather without opening your mind a little bit to understand every angle of where the person's coming from or whatever the situation is, even if you don't agree with it, but if you see it from the angle, that way you understand where the person's coming from on their end, so that you are a little bit more educated in a way so that you're not causing incidents like quote-unquote Charlottesville.
Oh no! Damn it!
Just saying.
Well, you know what?
Just saying.
You know what?
No, let me just say this. That was an act of pure stupidity and idiocracy of what went down, that was pure stupidity and idiocracy on those assholes that did what they did. That is the lowest form of stupidity that I have ever seen in my life. Okay? And make no mistake, what they did was wrong, cruel, and it was fucking stupid. We are much better than this. We are way better than this. We have come to such a point in our society where we have evolved and we've learned from mistakes in the past. And yet, some of us cannot get a grip. And it's like, listen, we're way past that. And if you have the audacity
I should never have doubted you.
to resort to something like
on,
that,
you have
then
my
you are
trust.
really fucking
you,
stupid and should not be allowed outside. Because you know what? That's not going to help. It's just going to make things worse. So to contribute to what you talked about, that things getting worse, that's one of them. The pure stupidity and idiocracy.
Musu just outed Ping.
Oh shit.
A woman.
Anyway.
I actually do gotta lighten the mood a little bit. When I first saw Mulan in theaters, and they learned that Mulan was a woman. There's a part in the movie where the medical soldier whispers to I think it's like Captain Shang, and then I hear somebody in the theater go, "I think she might have boobs," and the entire theater fucking loses it.
Yeah.
But yeah,
But I'll end it on this.
Now, you're all dismissed.
One of the big contributing factors is the pure stupidity and idiocracy of a significant amount of people in society.
Mm-hmm.
And we know we're better than this. But because we decide...
Apparently we don't.
Well, no. Listen.
Move out.
It's because we look at everything with a closed mind. Most of us look at everything with a closed mind. We don't open our minds and we don't look at everything and learn all the facts, all the reasons, behind everything.
We too easily buy into clickbait and shit like that.
We're too
Clickbait
easy.
propaganda nonsense.
Yeah, and we're too gullible to a point where, okay, if it doesn't agree with us, then we hate it. If
you, everyone.
it does agree, we support
Sorry
it.
I got you in
Here's the
trouble.
thing, it's not.
It's no big deal.
If people were to open
So
their
good.
minds a little bit
I mean,
and understand
Mulan.
where they're coming from, to get
What
a
are
little
you
bit of
gonna do now?
education about it. Not
Go
much,
back
just a
home.
little.
You know your daddy.
Then you can understand and
Sorry, I laughed at what she said.
But anyway, that's
Relax.
why.
We'll
So
take our share
I'm
of the
done
blame.
with that. But anyway,
Thanks.
I said
You're
my
all
piece.
wonderful
My piece on that is
friends.
I think we've come to a point now where we are when it comes to political discourse, I think people have now become far more interested in being perceived as an intellectual and pissing off the other side. It doesn't matter what it is they do or how far they go, as long as it pisses off my enemy, it's right.
Yeah, basically.
I've seen it. And I haven't just seen it on places like Twitter and all that. I've seen it in in official places. Well, if it pisses off my enemies, I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
That's wrong.
No, it's wrong.
That's
It's wrong.
Where do you fucking draw the line?
I know.
That's my piece on it. I don't want to go any further.
Right.
Because I really want to keep politics away from this. Not because
I know.
not because I'm afraid about upsetting political enemies, but I want to give people an escape from that for at least for a moment. Because when you go online, you can't really escape it. And sadly, we just ruined that for this episode. But I hope that you powered through our little spiel there, and I will try to keep politics as little on here as possible. If you want to know my politics, you just come to me and ask me, and you can get a sense from how I talk. But on this show, I just want to provide people an escape from all that. Not to deny that it exists, but to just for a moment,
just that
for a moment
of
reprieve from it.
Yes.
And with that, I'm going to end on a meme that makes me laugh. The 5 stages of grief as envisioned by knockoffs of margarine. Denial. I can't believe it's not butter. Anger. What? Not butter? Bargaining. Could it be butter? Depression. Unbelievable! This is not butter, except it's margarine. That's one of my favorite images on the today,
And also, since we're ending on this,
no, we gotta end it now. This episode went on too long. Next time on the Super Bonus Round, we're gonna go climb down the mountain, and God, we went in deep in it. I forgot what was happening. Oh yeah, we were gonna go see the Emperor because shit's happening. Thanks guys so much for watching. We'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.
see ya.